When generative AI emerged 2 years ago, it disrupted our knowledge management strategy. How would we manage the risks, secure partner buy-in, and establish clear policies and workflows? What were the relevant use cases? Which models, vendors, and applications should we be using? While these questions are critical, in 2024, we made a strategic decision to focus energy and resources on what we believe to be the most critical step, getting the tool into the hands of our lawyers. Why? Gen AI demands behavioral change and new ways of working. The experience of using these tools is deeply personal. Everyone can approach them differently. Unlike traditional legal tech tools, Gen AI doesn't direct you on how to use it. By putting the tools in the hands of as many lawyers as possible, we aim to allow top-of-mind use cases to emerge organically and filter up through the firm. This strategy was also driven by increasing client expectations. They want to see how tools like Harvey can directly benefit them. More importantly, they are looking to us for guidance on how AI can be implemented within their organizations. To meet these expectations, our attorneys need to do more than just learn about AI. They need to deeply understand its capabilities and communicate its benefits clearly to clients. They need the skills to distinguish between impactful use cases and overhyped features. To address this, we initially relied on customized demos tailored to specific practice groups and attorney seniority. These demos were met with excitement. Lawyers were left inspired by Gen AI's potential. They positioned the Paul Weiss Knowledge and Innovation team as the firm's go-to AI resource for both client-facing and internal initiatives, leading to high-stakes opportunities and strategic engagements. From these efforts, a group of power users emerged, individuals who tested features and championed AI adoption. However, as we progressed, our high-touch, highly regarded approach revealed its limitations. As the tool evolved with new features and capabilities, our resource-intensive demos became unsustainable. While lawyers were amazed during our sessions, they often struggled to apply the tech effectively afterward. For example, despite repeated messaging, lawyers continued to use Gen AI solutions for tasks it wasn't designed for, like asking legal research questions or about current events. This revealed a deeper issue. Passive learning during demos wasn't helping lawyers build the muscle memory they needed to use the tool effectively. It became clear that we needed a scalable solution that actively engaged users in hands-on learning.
The turning point came with our Summer Associate Hackathon. Unlike passive demos, the hackathon required participants to actively engage with the tool by tackling a real-world assignment and preparing a mock presentation to a client on the tool's value add. By doing, rather than watching, participants internalized best practices, unlocked creativity, and demonstrated the value of experiential learning. After the hackathon, we made the decision to take elements of our initial training strategy and combine them with interactive elements of the hackathon. When approaching this change, a few key points arose. Everything needed to be scalable, and we wanted to facilitate peer-to-peer training. We decided to bifurcate our training efforts. We realized that the initial education component on what AI is and the do's and don'ts was the same across practices and trainings, and we could separate the initial disclaimers from the fun stuff. The initial education component, which provides guidance on the underlying technology, inherent risks, and ethical obligations, would be delivered in a practice-agnostic way via video training and serve as a prerequisite to access. With the I-dotting and T-crossing out of the way, we wanted to build on what worked in the hackathon. The hands-on, assignment-based learning that worked so well for our summer associates inspired us to create opportunities for hands-on, interactive workshops. We aim to build power users throughout our organization, with an end goal of facilitating peer-to-peer learning.
Our initial step focused on building power users has been collaborating with Harvey on developing the Level Up workshops. The series includes 4 initial offerings, a foundations course and an advanced course for each of litigation and corporate. Like our previous trainings, we've kept them small, but everything else has changed. These trainings are optional, which surfaces attorneys aiming to be Harvey power users. Previously, we handled all tech training internally. Here, we brought in the Harvey team to co-develop the workshop with us and lead the sessions. The trainings expanded from 30 to 60 minutes, with an aim to have at least 75% of time as interactive. We launched the series with only in-person offerings, making it easier to identify exercises and discussion prompts that facilitated engagement. Assignments are carefully crafted to deliver specific lessons to the users, while also not being so tailored to practice groups that it stifles creativity going forward. We are also looking at downstream initiatives to further build power users and help them share their knowledge and experiences with their peers. Early feedback has been emphatic. Attorneys are having fun while developing critical skills, and engagement is translating into meaningful adoption with a noticeable uptick in Harvey usage among workshop attendees. This suggests that our hands-on approach is successfully bridging the gap between interest and implementation. Listening to someone describe how an application should not be used and its related limitations can be extremely dry material. However, by letting the attendees experience it for themselves, they have come out describing the training as fun while also pointing to its most useful lesson, gaining and understanding the tool's limitations and learning how to use them responsibly within those constraints. Attendees give the training high marks while also seeking out more training opportunities. 25% of foundation course attendees have come back to attend the advanced application session. This stat is key. You will have your users that instantly get it. It is important to facilitate their growth and highlight their successes, but you also need to help people who don't instantly get it and want badly to get better. Their story will be more relatable to your average user and is even more important to tell.
These successful outcomes arose from several key principles that the Paul Weiss team discovered through developing the series, and that we at Harvey have adopted broadly in our training and enablement process. First, we've learned that practical engagement is non-negotiable. So rather than walking through slides or watching demonstrations, our workshops immerse participants in hands-on exercises within the first few minutes. Second, we've embraced failure as an essential teacher. So by creating a safe space for experimentation, lawyers discover not just what AI can do, but also what it can't. The strengths and weaknesses of AI tools are often surprising and non-intuitive, and this understanding is crucial for developing sound professional judgment about when and how to leverage AI tools effectively. And third, we've learned to proactively address the full spectrum of perspectives in our workshops, encouraging power users and skeptics to share the same training space. We're not presenting AI tools like Harvey as panacea or complete solution. Instead, we frame them as the beginning of a journey. This transparency about both capabilities and limitations helps build trust with skeptics while keeping enthusiasm grounded in reality. It's not about whether to use AI, but rather about understanding how to get the most value from these technologies as they currently exist. And finally, we've recognized that continuous learning is essential to reinforce skills and encourage sustained AI adoption. So our workshops aren't one and done events, but rather they're part of an ongoing conversation about integrating AI into day-to-day legal practice.